Let's talk about crypto, babe. Let's talk about Bitcoin too. Let's talk about how you should invest your money best for you. Let's talk about it.
Welcome back, everyone. This is Thomas Triple T Tie with another new bullish crypto analysis. Let's dig in and find out what's going on with Cardano. Cardano, I've mentioned in the past, is a very, very strange blockchain. They haven't had any, they've been in development for a long time. The ecosystem has a lot of potential, but there's no real DEX available right now. The closest one is probably Sunday Swap, and that is that has been in the testnet phase for a bit, and they've been saying that they're going to launch, and I believe they are finally going to go live with their mainnet in beta format. So that could have something to do with Cardano. So let's dive in and see the charts. Let's see here. Where are we? There we go. Here, let's take a look at the weekly chart first. And before I start, Cardano, it has a tendency to sleep, like hibernate. And once it sleeps for a long time. But then once it wakes up, it just pops and then just rallies. And then it gets to like a new all-time high or some new high and then falls asleep again. Maybe that has something to do with the leadership. Maybe it has something to do with their the development in the ecosystem, because there is development, but there's nothing that is, let's say, out in the market like other blockchains like Solana or Phantom, etc. But they're coming along. They're getting close. Let's take a look at the weekly chart. Let me save my workspace here first. All right, here's the weekly chart. Let's get some drawing tools available here. All right, on the weekly chart, here's the last time it rallied. This was back in July of 2021, mid-July, July 19th. Rally got to a new all-time high, just above $3. And then just ever since been just like pretty much asleep until January, right here. This is the weekly chart. So you can see the week of January the 10th, it had a green candle here, and this week of the 17th is also green or white on my chart. 2 full body green candles or white candles in a row. That's significant for Cardano. I'll tell you why. If you look here, when it has like 2 full size, pretty decent sized body candles that are green or white, it tends to rally. You see here, pretty decent sized candles here. It rallies. None of these are really 2 consecutive full decent sized body. Here it rallies. Here, right here, it's when it took off. But you can see consecutive decent sized body candles here, ticks off. So on the weekly chart, let's draw some diagrams here. We know that the support level right here is critical. I click on the line drawing tool here, and I'm just gonna take this line and drag it. When you draw a line on TradingView, once you click the line, you can wiggle it around. But if you press Shift, it'll make it like 90 degrees, like see 90, 45, and it locks it in there. So this level right here was so critical for Cardano. You see that? Right here, support, 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 all the way across, support, support, support. So that is tremendous for Cardano. And that is, whoa, what happened? God, this has been happening to me multiple times today, and I don't know why that is. Oh, disappear again. That's so strange. Need to figure that out. It's so weird. I'm just gonna skip that line. Maybe something's going up. Something's up with the trading view here. I'm just gonna use something else. There you go. I just clicked on the horizontal line tool and just clicked on this point. Makes it easier. So here you have that support level, major support level, and that's at around $1.07. You could go down as low as $1.01 or so, because that support line goes all the way down to here. That's about $1 or so, but let's just leave it there. And so you have that, and then you also have this trending line down here. That's a descending triangle. Let's draw a descending triangle line here. We can ignore that for a second. So you go here. We're gonna touch this here, but I think it's better just to, because that's a pretty tall wick. It's kind of abnormal. So we're just gonna use the top of these candles here and draw the line down. Right there about. Actually, right there is probably better. Okay, so what we have here on the weekly chart is a descending triangle. A descending triangle is a bearish sign unless you break above the resistance line, which is that descending line right here. This is the support line. This is the resistance line. It broke out of the resistance lines on the this week right here, which is the January the 10th. And now this thing is outside of it. So now it becomes a bullish sign. Let me create a folder here. And where's my, okay, and let's change this. I'm gonna change the so that it only appears in the whoa, that's bull market support. That's not what we want. We want, click on here. I double click on the descending line. I'm gonna go into visibility, and I want to remove everything except for the weekly. So only weekly is ticked. Same thing with this line. We don't want any of that stuff. Actually, for this bottom line, I'm gonna leave it there because I do want to see the support level on the hourly chart also. So let's remove everything else. Okay. And with this folder in place, we can just drag it up here. And then now we can just make it disappear if we want it by clicking on the eye. Turn it on and off. Whoa, what's going on, buddy? There you go. Okay, so that's the weekly. It's looking pretty bullish on the weekly. Let's take a look at some indicators. We have, and here's the Bollinger Band here, right there. And it's at the bottom, but it's taken off from the bottom. So that's pretty bullish. It's got a lot of room to move to get to the top of the Bollinger line right here. On the of the volume is picking up slightly right here. You can, here's the average volume. It tapered off here, but for a bit there it was picking up. It's tapered. I have a feeling it's gonna pick up some more. And let's take a look at the KDJ. The J line, which is the white line, is trending above the K and the D line. The K line is the blue, and the D line is the reddish one. So when you see it fan out like that, with the J line leading above the other two, that's a very bullish sign. I'll give you some examples here. Right here, that white line is trending above the other two, and it went up like this, and this thing just shot up. Like almost every time. Here it again. The white line shoots up above the other two, and then guess what? Bam, rally. So I just love that indicator. Let's take a look at the MACD signal. MACD signal is currently bearish, but you can see that the histogram is trending back lower, and it's gonna flip bullish. You see it here? The histogram got shorter and shorter on the red, and then it flipped bullish and turned white. On most charts, it'll be red and green. Mine's just white. So that's looking pretty good. You can see that the line here leveling off and then curving back up. So that's really cool. On the RSI, the CVD, cumulative volume, and the momentum, the MOM indicator, is starting to look pretty good. You can see that the MOM indicator, I would like to, what I normally look for in with these three lines is that they fan out. So they fan out like that, and then they trend up at an angle. That's the key. The only challenge here is the volume is kind of flat and going horizontal, and it's more towards the top here. So that's like But down here you can see the momentum and the RSI. They're fanning up right there, right around there. I'll show you a situation where all three fanned up. Let's go right here. Cardano's kind of weird. The CVD tend to run horizontal for some reason. Here is a situation where they kind of fan up, not quite. No. The closest one is this one, where the momentum, which is the white line, went up, and the RSI went up too, and the CVD, the cumulative volume, is also kind of going up. So Cardano's kind of strange. On Bitcoin, all three kind of fan out. You see that pattern a lot on Bitcoin. So on this one, I would look at mainly the RSI and the momentum indicator fanning out and going up. And if the CVD indicator is also trending up, that's positive, but they don't have to all fan out at the same time for this particular crypto. So that's so it's looking pretty bullish on the weekly there. Potentially really good entry point here. Let's go and take a look at the this is the daily chart. Let's look at the daily chart. See what's up with the daily chart. All right. Here's the daily chart. Looking pretty bullish too. So what do we have here? Let's shrink it down a little bit. So we have that support line that we had from the weekly there that we drew in earlier. Right there. So before this line went in, what was Cardano before this trend here, this uptrend? So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, roughly about about seven candles here since the bottom. Since the bottom here, and out of the 7 you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 of the 7 days are positive, are green. So that's looking pretty good. So let's take a look at some key levels here. Let's create a folder. Let's draw a line. Let's draw a horizontal line. Okay. So here you can see right here, this one right here, it's a key level of resistance. It went back up here, bounced back down. It's also a support level for here. It bounced down, went up, bounced down, went up, went back down. So that's a pretty good support level. So let's draw one in right there, right there. So guess what? Now you have resistance up here. You have a support down here. You have resistance up here. It's been bouncing around that range for a while. This one is the early December, and now we are here. So if this breaks through here, that's extremely bullish. Okay, and you can see also here on the Bollinger Band, Bollinger Bands. Here's the top, right there, and here's the bottom, and it's already touched the bottom here, it bounced right back up. Now it's exceeding the top of the Bollinger Band. What's going to happen is if it continues in this path, the top of the Bollinger Band will open wide like this, like wide up like this, like that. And that is extremely bullish. So that's looking pretty good here. On the if we were to draw some charts on it, let's draw some charts on here and see what's going on with this thing. I think for this one, it would be similar to the weekly chart. I would draw in like, and it's very bullish here too. You can draw different charts on here, but let's just do this one. Let's go from this top here to here. You see all these three areas right here? It would come down to there. Let's go right there. And you can see a, well, on the daily chart, I'm not sure I like that, but let's see here. Sometimes you just gotta stare at these things for a while, and you can see some patterns. So here you have, let's see, what would I do in this situation? Yeah. I think what I would do is I'm going to turn off these two support levels for now. Visibility. This is the daily. So let's get week. Okay. Let's go and what I would do with this one is, let's take this line out. Let's create a folder for it. Just gonna give it a generic name, and then we're gonna put horizontal line, and we're going to put this line, trend line, into that area. Okay, and then what we're going to do is we're going to turn off that horizontal line, and then we can turn off this line. Let's go call this one support at 107. Okay, and let's move that way at the top here, right there, and then we turn that off for a second, just to get, whoa. When you click on these names here, it tends to switch to edit mode, and you have to type in the name, so you gotta click right on the icons for the eye there. Oh, what happened? Oh, that's not the support. What support is this? Let's change that back. I have no idea what that is. Let's do this. Are there two there? Huh, that must have been the one that I drew, and going to delete it. Okay. Maybe. Which one's this one? It's going to delete all these. I think those were the ones we did. There we go. Okay, so we're going to make that disappear. And I'm just going to click on this line right here to copy it. Click, make sure it's active. You can see the blue little circles here. And then you want to make sure it's active. Keep the control key down and click and drag. Okay. Now I'm going to take this point here and I'll move it to over here. I'm going to take this one and draw it, and I'm going to touch this bottom of this wick here. I'm going to drag it out. So before these 2 days here, this would have been in place. It's one option for a pattern. Whoa, come on, buddy. Some of these lines are so picky. There we go. So I would have drawn this as an example. Really? Where's that line now? Huh. Let's do it again. Yeah, that line has been disappearing today. I don't know why. Okay. So let's save that before it disappears. All right. So we have, this is a descending wedge. And a descending wedge is similar to a descending triangle. You have a support at the bottom here. Then you have resistance at the top. And typically on a descending wedge, the pattern of the candles tend to go inside the triangle to a tip here. And then it's going to decide what to do. But here, what it did was it broke above the resistance edge of the wedge and it went up. So that's very bullish. So let's take a look at some of the let me make sure that this is only going to show up on the daily chart here. Yep, day, that's good. Make sure this is only on the day. Yep, day, it's cool. Okay, so let's create another one. Okay. Where's this guy? Okay, so that line is right here. So I'm just going to create a folder called descending wedge. Whoa, we don't want to do that. Okay, so that line's already in there, and then we want to get this line in there too. So now we can just turn the descending wedge on and off. So that's good. So that's pretty bullish now that it broke up above that. Let's save this again. So let's take a look at some of the indicators. So again, it's above the top of the Bollinger band. So that's good. It's going to probably open out, and this thing will hopefully continue to go up. Volume on the daily chart, you can see that it's on the average volume here is on the ascend. So that's good. And you have on the KDJ, yeah, here, this is what I was telling you about earlier. You can see the J line, which is the white line, fanning going up. Then you have the K line, which is blue, also going up. And you have the D line, which is the orange line, going up. All three are going up, and they're fanning out. I hope you can see that. It's pretty cool. And the MACD has already flipped bullish as of the 13th of January. And the RSI, which is the red, CVD, which is the aqua. I think that's aqua, or yeah, and then the MOM, or the momentum indicator, is the white. It's the white line is leading out both of the other two lines. It's going up, trending up really sharp, and the other two lines are also trending up. That's what I was telling you about earlier. When all three are trending up together, that's extremely bullish. We couldn't find that on the weekly chart, but here it's very evident. So it's very exciting here. Yeah, it's looking really good. So let's take a look at the hourly chart and see what we see there. Hourly chart. All right, here we go. Okay, hourly chart looks really interesting. I'm gonna zoom out and just focus on this section for a bit. What do we have here? So, first of all, you get some really nice sized candles here. This one is huge. You get decent volume right here. You had this tall volume back here. Let's draw some lines. Oh, let's do a horizontal line. Okay. Right here was a significant support on the hourly chart. You see it, I mean, not support, resistance. It bounced up, dropped down, bounced up, dropped down, bam, finally shot up. So that's a significant one. Let's make sure this is only visible on the hourly. Okay. And let's create a folder for that. And let's move that all the way up here. Okay. I like to keep like temporary stuff in a folder at the top. That way I can get to it right away. Okay, so let's look here. We have, let's draw another line here. Let's go from bottom. I'm doing this live on this brand new chart so you can see how I normally do stuff. What's interesting about this one is this is an ascending triangle. Here you have one line that goes here and another line that goes here. See it? Boom. Maybe I can let's do this. I'll remove the line so it's more clear for you. All right. I'm going to turn off the other two lines here. I'm just going to move the horizontal line in here. There we go. And I'm going to turn off both of those lines. There you go. And then I'm going to take this line. I'm going to click it, make it active. The little blue anchors show up. I'm going to shift, not shift, I'm going to press down on the control key and then click and drag. Didn't work. You have to click right on the line sometimes. So right there, it's active. Blue anchors are shown. Click down on the control key. Click, drag. Did not work again. I think I'm missing the line or something. Nope. Dang it. Okay. I don't know what's going on there. I'm just going to go back to this line. Normally you can copy it that way, but sometimes you have to click it right on the line. So I'm just going to go to this anchor point here at the top of these candles. Click, and then I'm going to hold down the shift key to make sure that it goes horizontal, or that, you know, it goes at 90, 45, or 0 degree here. So you can see here, that's the ascending triangle. See it? And let's go put this. There's another ascending triangle already here. Make sure this is only on the hourly. Okay. Let's find out where this line is. Okay. Whoa. I don't want that in there. I want it in here. So new ascending triangle. I leave some of my old drawings here so I can refer back to them. And okay, so there we go. So this ascending triangle, you have a support level at an angle, and then you have the resistance line going horizontal because it's, you know, previously the candles went up to it, bounced back down, up to it, back, bounced back down. And now with this tall candles here, it broke through that resistance line and it's forming a new level. Okay, so that's also bullish. And you look down here on the volume, right in this area right here, the average volume trend line is at an angle, it's going up. So that's positive. And then you have the KDJ line with the with the J line, which is the white line, fanning up above the other two, and the other two are also fanning up and trending up. Very bullish. Here on the MACD, you have a bullish sign here with 5 bars on the histogram going trending positive, which is green or white on my screen, and you have the white line going above the red line. That's showing that it's positive, so that's good. Whenever the white line goes below the red line, at least on my chart, it's gonna trend negative or reddish here, bearish. Let's go take a look at the RSI, CVD, and the momentum indicator. So again, the aqua line here is the CVD, the cumulative volume line, and it's kind of horizontal, but it's starting to trend up. You can see it's really might be hard to see on your screen, but what's really important is the momentum indicator. It's trending sharply up, and then the RSI is also trending sharply up. So all three are sharply trending up. So another bullish sign for Cardano. So that's pretty cool. So let me save this here, and then let's talk about why. What's driving this? Okay. So let's take a look. This candle right here was on the 16th, which is today, at around 6 o'clock. And back here, this was the 15th, yesterday. So why is Cardano waking up and trending up? Let's take a look. Sunday swap. Sunday swap, as I mentioned earlier, they have been saying that they're gonna, go live pretty soon, like 2 weeks from XYZ date. But I think they're finally gonna go live for real. You can take a look on their announcement here. On Thursday, January the 20th, they're gonna go live on their mainnet, which is significant. A blockchain without a DEX, a decentralized exchange, they're not gonna be able to do much. So that's a given. So this is super exciting, and they made this announcement 1 day ago. So 1 day ago was the 15th. Here's the 15th, right? So big news. Here's another big news. This one also on the 15th, a metaverse is coming to Cardano blockchain. This one is called, I believe, Pavia.io. So it's similar to Sandbox or one of the other ones. What's that? Mana. So it's very similar. So these two together is huge. Sunday swap is significant for Cardano. And then NFT, metaverse is another one that's been very trendy lately. So you have two very positive news for it, drove the price up, and I think it's going to continue to go up. And at 151, it's going to continue. It's a decent price. Not too long ago, it was like 278, 280, and then before that, it was like 309, something like that, for the all-time high. If you want to, you might, this might be a decent price to go in at. or you can wait for it to drop down. I can do some price analysis for you. I did that. I think I did that previously on Cardano. I think I did. But that was like a couple weeks ago. So maybe we need to update that and see what's going on. I hope you like this video. I used to hold Cardano, like a huge part of my biggest bag was Cardano ADA, and they just sat and sat and sat after the all-time high. I got rid of them. So maybe it's a good time to get back into holding Cardano again until it rises to the top, and then sell it and then sleep again, or sell it. Yeah. So thanks, and I'll see you in the next video, which should be appearing tomorrow morning. Appreciate it. Let's do the outro.
Go ahead and smash the like, ring my bell, hit subscribe. Go ahead and smash the like, ring my bell and hit subscribe. Go ahead and smash.